everyone, and welcome to episode number 62 of the Chronicles of Tyria podcast, Guild Wars 2 podcast for fans by fans. I am your host, Lagywn here, and I'm here with Naveen and Bromms.
Hello.
Hello.
And today we kind of, heads up warning, it's probably going to be a short show.
Yay! What? I mean, oh no.
Yeah, to be honest, there's been some interesting news, and it seems to get more and more interesting the more I do a little bit of research. But for the most part, we're at that in-between week, and the patch notes that, or the update page we've seen. Yeah, that update patch that or release page we saw is kind of limited in the information. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, today I'll be the public's conduit, as you call me so very often, because I haven't played for a week. I've been a little sick, and I wanted to play Super Adventure Box, but then it's giving me a lot of nausea. I get game sickness. So I was like, no, I wanted to play. But I just cuddled on the couch and discovered how Breaking Bad was such an awesome show. So I'm on season 2
You're
now.
one of those people now.
Yep. I have to be. I have to be one part of the cool kids. I'm too old not to be part of them.
Right.
So, yeah, we didn't have a question of the week last week because I did all that inventory clearinghouse of my bank there. But Bromms did put out a challenge to everyone regarding the Super Adventure Box, and we have a winner. So.
Yes. There were actually a couple different responses, which was awesome to see. So thanks to everyone that sent in a response. The first person to send in the correct response was, and I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, so I apologize in advance, Ravanashi from Ferguson's Crossing. It's someone that is not in the guild, but listens to the show. So thanks for listening. Thanks for sending in your response. Mm-hmm. And I will have that reward to you as soon as the show is over. Just for those that don't know, the code that is given out, and this is a spoiler warning, just so everyone knows, is the Konami code, which first appeared in the Gradius game. And the food that they mentioned are waffles. So, thanks again, everyone.
I don't get the waffles reference, though.
I think that's a Gradius reference, too.
I actually don't know if it's a reference. I actually thought it was like they might be opening up some kind of weird portal into our world. Like, that's what I got from it. Because at the end, they're like, what are waffles? So, but I'm probably just wishing.
No, you could be right. I thought that was,
I have no clue. But waffles are good.
Yeah. Yeah, they are good.
Yes.
Homemade ones. Not the frozen crap you get at the supermarket.
Technically, Bob Evans makes frozen or homemade pancakes, right?
I don't know.
Do you guys have Bob Evans?
I thought we were talking about waffles. No,
I'm in French Canada.
Oh, no, they make what the heck? All right, that's why we're going to have a short show, because some of us are really stupid today.
To be fair, out of the
At least one of three of us.
Out of the breakfast trinity, and when I say the breakfast trinity, I mean waffles, pancakes, French toast. I prefer waffles. That's my favorite choice.
Well, your opinion is wrong, I'm afraid.
And your favorite would be?
Pancakes.
French toast? What? You guys.
Do you like French toast? Is that your favorite? Because that would be kind of funny. If it was split 3 ways.
Definitely French toast.
Really?
That's just bias.
No, dipped in the mixture I make, though. It's like egg whites and milk and cinnamon.
I like American pancakes.
I like Freedom waffles.
Oh, God.
Freedom waffles.
Oh, God.
Well, in Canada, everything's got freedom, so we don't have to put freedom in front of everything.
I know, it's because you put French in front of everything.
No, yes.
Like your toast.
You know what's awesome is we're going to start a war.
Like our kisses.
Ooh.
What?
Steamy.
What?
So anyway, Guild Wars 2 is a cool game, right? Remember that game? That weird.
Yeah, that I played a week ago. Ugh.
Alright, so let's move down the list. Just a real quick shout out to Pirate some of you may know from being in the guild. Most of the rest of you will know from the update series that he did about how to make money on the trading post. I would love actually for him to do another one now that Ascended Crafting has blown up the market and changed everything.
Has it?
Yeah, because you need a lot of lower level materials to craft Ascended weapons. And the market has just exploded in all sorts of ways. Pretty much any material now, like wood or metal material, has gone up in price.
Wow.
Because it's needed for most things.
Maybe I should log in just to put some stuff on a trading post.
Was that a reference to wood being higher priced to log? Sorry. It's gonna be one of those nights I'm
It's
just
good.
gonna warn
It's a
everybody.
good
Anyway,
one. I
so
liked it.
I woke up really early.
I liked it.
So thank you, Pirate, for pointing out. He did send us a bunch of emails. He sent us some concerns about Ascended Crafting and how that goes. And maybe some of you guys can back me up on this, but I believe the only crafting that can go past 400 right now are the weapon crafting. They haven't done. You're not allowed to use the other ones to go past 400. Am I right on that? Has anybody tried?
I do not craft.
I didn't think that they could, but the update says like prep them to be able to go to 500. Okay, so everything is stuck at 400. That's not the weapon crafts. Funny enough, one of the more recent updates from 5 days ago changed it so that you could, because apparently after the patch went in, you could stay at 400 but continue to gain experience at level 400 by crafting on any of the other crafting professions by accident.
That's hilarious.
And that's since changed.
Alts.
So yeah, it would have been great to get, one of your alts all the way up to 400 crafting and then just make something at 400, because you wouldn't ever run out of things to craft, because you wouldn't stop gaining experience because you'd be stuck at 400 but still boost yourself up. But yeah, I guess that was technically an exploit, so they pulled that from the game. But again, thank you, Pirate, for pointing out. He pointed out some stuff we're going to talk about a little bit later, and a few other interesting things. So thank you for that, and keep up the good work with the trading post. And we'll always take more videos of yours and put them up. Naveen, what is this show brought to you by?
This show is brought to you by the meme. Where is it? The Success Kid meme. Killed one centaur during event. Got gold level. Yes.
That actually just happened to me today in World v. World. Like, I literally ran past this group of harpies and went thwip, and then I kept running. It's gold! All right, cool. I guess my one arrow was very important to the cause.
Wow.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Thwip.
What other sound does a bow make? Twang.
Twang.
No. Not unless you're somewhere that does that. Go away. Okay,
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing.
To be fair, if you pluck the bowstring, it would make a twang. But that would be an inaccurate shot, therefore not.
Twang is too harsh of a sound. Thwip is more of the sound of the...
Thwip twang.
Thrum. How about thrum?
Yes, my bow has a silencer.
Nice.
Thank you.
I feel thrum is used a lot in fantasy novels, like so-and-so's bowstring thrummed. And they let it go. I've heard it a lot in a lot of fantasy novels.
Weird.
Yes. So, Godric, yes.
Yes.
You aren't shooting a harpsichord. Alright, so... right?
Nice.
So let's get to shoutouts again. If you guys are listening to us on iTunes and you'd like to see us live, physically see, and listen live, 9 p.m. every Thursday night at twitch.tv/Chronicles of Tyria. I would recommend the live show, maybe not tonight. It's going to be an interesting show, short, interesting, but sometimes we do giveaways live, like I did last week, so you never know what's going to happen.
Yep.
Plus, we have no delay like TV, so, wardrobe malfunctions could happen. You never know.
Bromms. People, this is why you have to come on live Twitch TV.
Yeah.
Bromms just type in the chat room, if you shot a harpsichord, you could shout, I'll be Bach.
I'll be Bach. Sorry.
Woohoo! Okay.
All right. Naveen, you look like you have some shout-outs.
Yeah, I didn't until like 5 minutes before the show, basically. Um, where is it? It's there. Okay, so it's Grafer, aka Cactus, aka I don't know anymore. But on Facebook, like literally 5 minutes before the show, sent us um, a picture, well, a graphic, I guess he made for the maternity tank, which is awesome. I love it.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. Oh, I'm
Can we
trying
put
to
it up on
copy.
screen? Oh, okay.
Can you do it, please?
Sure.
Because Firefox, I don't know, it really doesn't like me anymore. I should use Chrome.
Chrome is the best.
Yeah.
Can you
Sorry.
send it to me?
Yeah. Oh, where are you? There you are. It's the maternity tank.
It's glorious.
It is awesome. I love it. Oh my god. And it's going on a shirt.
Yes, we're going to be putting that on some merchandise very shortly. I think T-shirts. I think we'll actually, for the synergy, put it on a maternity tank because I mean that's what started it all was the maternity tank.
It would actually probably only be funny on that article of clothing, but
I think
otherwise.
Naveen would get it on a T-shirt.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I would. Even though I just spent like $70 on our own shop
I know. I saw you buying lots
buying
of stuff.
mugs and a shirt for my husband, and I bought something that I can't talk about.
Oh, I know what it is.
Yes,
but,
you'd know.
Uh-oh.
I can't.
but anyway, no. I would like to point out that again, just a reminder, I did put in some new merchandise here and there. I added some bumper stickers, some clear, like a COT logo with you can get it with a clear back sticker, square sticker, so you can slap that bad boy on your car window if you want, the COT logo. I came to the realization after making all these that none of our gear is branded COT Podcast or COT. It's just the logo. So you have to be in the know to know what it is, which we probably should have put Chronicles of Tyria somewhere on the logo. I mean, if you can read New Crichton,
No
it
way, man.
says, you know,
If you're not in the guild, then you aren't cool enough to deserve to know.
in case you guys are jokingly, I'm guessing, asking about COT boxers. Those exist. You can get them.
Underwears.
You can get COT underwear.
Why
So
would you? I don't know.
I don't know why you would get it. I don't know why you get COT men's shoes.
Some people
But I
want to be
Maybe-
very private with the hosts.
I was gonna say, maybe you like... Never mind. We probably shouldn't even go there, because...
Don't go there. That's good. But the other point of it is about Cafe Press. It costs us zero of anything, no money whatsoever, to potentially make any of these things. So to put up boxers, shoes, T-shirts, it doesn't cost anything until someone purchases it, and then Cafe Press pays for the majority of it, and we get a very, and when I say very, I mean very small cut of that. Like, in all the sales we've ever made, I think we've made like $25. Because we cut it so low so we can get it out to you guys for cheap.
Oh, I found a way to use that money to order stuff for other people.
So there we
Even though we sent that glass to John for making the PC case, but now we can definitely do that. So with all the money that we make there, well, right now we can actually pay for one item. We can send someone something to someone.
Yeah, I'm working with a couple of our art, actually, you know what, I'm going to call them our art team. I'm working with our art team to design some new different merchandise. Because a lot of, as you've seen, a COT logo is a circle. And when it's a circle, it's kind of hard to fit on any kind of rectangular objects. Like a bumper sticker. It would be a COT logo in the middle of a big white bumper sticker.
Yeah.
So
I'd like a sticker for the window, for the car window.
So what I'm working on is getting things designed better to fit in like a banner style, like shrunk down and then long to be banner style to fit on differing kinds of stuff. The Drawing with Joel merchandise, which has been updated in case you haven't seen, is a perfect example because her drawing is, you know, it's thinner profile this way and wider so that it fits on more merchandise.
Yeah. I bought a
So,
mug. I was hoping to have it for today, but I'll
Yeah.
get it for next show.
Yep.
Okay.
We did add some new stuff. If you want to get, I know some people last week were asking about prints, whether you could get a printed image. I put in prints, so you can get a framed print of Joel's drawing as well.
Cool.
You get big old wall clings to stick on your wall, so you can carry that with you wherever you want to go.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah, and I mean, I could get them. I didn't. I put in a 20-inch by 12-inch one, but I could go like 4-foot by 5-foot sticker of Joel's drawing if I wanted. It costs you like $60. But if someone tells me that they want it, I'll make it available. Because right now it's not.
Whatevs.
But yes, I'm working with our art team to come up with lots of new, based on some of the catchphrases and things we've done here on the show that everybody seems to really like. We're working on designing some stuff. Again, just if you guys have ideas for COT merchandise, i.e. maternity tank, send us your images, send us your thoughts, your designs, just a little logistics. We can print, and this is, again, something didn't think about, we can print on the front and back of a shirt. It costs us nothing extra to print front and back. We've only been printing like the COT logo on the front. I realize now maybe COTPodcast.com on the back would have been a good idea, and I can still do that now, and then you can hurry and order one of the OG COT shirts, just a logo in the middle.
It's a collector's item.
Yes, so we're working on it. Again, if you have ideas, submit them to us, and we'll try to make that a reality. So,
Awesome.
anyway, Naveen, you had a second shout-out.
Yeah, I have a shout out to Mooseface. Basically, she is from the centaursatchel.wordpress.com, and she's often on Twitter, but she went to the Guild Wars 2 anniversary bash, and she got some codes to get a mini Mr. Sparkles, and basically, her contest is for people to make a moose face, so that kind of face, with the hands, for those who can't see us, the hands on the side of the face and kind of make antlers. So if you go there, I'll put the notes in the comments or COTPodcast.com. And you have until the 14th of September to enter. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think we can enter since we're a big part of the community. I don't know. But I know that ANET people can't enter. But I still wanted to make a picture for her and send it to her from the podcast. So if we can all make a moose face, the three of us, and I'll take a screenshot.
I can't tell if I'm in the frame here.
Like this.
Now we're Italian? Italian moose face?
Like
What?
Like this.
Like this, and I make a moose.
Maybe we'll do this after the show, and we'll get it in frame.
Oh, yeah, okay, that sounds good. Yeah, we can do that too, because I'm retired. So.
Okay.
So basically, we just made asses of ourselves for no reason.
Yeah.
No, we made mooses of ourselves.
Oh.
I get it.
Bromms, did you have any shout-outs?
No, I've been I've been a hermit this week in Super Adventure Box, so I haven't been social at all, unfortunately.
Sweet.
Sorry.
Hermits.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've been gearing up for stuff outside, so I haven't, outside of game, and being very upset at ArenaNet for not disabling buffs, like if you have like gem store type buffs or birthday boosters or what have you, on when you enter Super Adventure Box, they delete them rather than just making them inactive, so you kept them when you come back out. So if you have a birthday booster, which theoretically if you only had one character and they just hit their first birthday, which is 100% to gain to almost everything for 24 hours, and you're like, oh, let me go try Super Adventure Box. You go in, you automatically lose that bonus. And yes, there is a pop-up warning, which I do appreciate, but why couldn't they just nullify it or, like, suspend it? And then when you...
Yeah, that's weird.
So, like, I wasted at least 3 birthday boosters by forgetting that I did, like ran around World versus World, because it's 100% world experience gain
Right.
while you have that on. And then like someone's like, "Oh, come do Super Adventure Box," and I'm like, "Oh, I better go get my baubles for today." Run right in, and there it goes.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, that's rough that it just gets rid of it entirely.
Mhm.
Well then.
Well, we talked about our merchandise, so check it out. COT or cafepress.com/COT trading post. Yeah. So Naveen, I see you have how about them apples under news and discussion. Would you like to talk about them apples? It's apple picking season.
How about them apples? No, it's
Yeah.
because I don't have any news. Like I said, like I haven't played. It
Nah.
sucks. I'm sorry. And
How
it's
about the forums candy? I like your post.
I said not enough insulin. Can't have candy. Sorry.
Yeah,
being on
it's
the
kind of
top.
a bummer. There's really not a whole lot that came out. I mean,
No, and even though, hold on a second. Even if I would have had something, I mean, even if I would have played this week, I don't think I would have had anything because there's, um, where did I read this? I can't remember, but people have not been playing as much as they used to in the first release of Super Adventure Box. They've actually lost a lot of players
Yep.
because
The
it's so
difficulty
frustrating.
level of the Super Adventure Box has caused the numbers to severely decrease.
So yeah.
But again, and Bromms and I had a discussion about this the other day. A lot of the younger crowd, I feel like the three of us doesn't bother us as much because we grew up with Nintendo games, you know,
It's
and
hard.
that's where the term Nintendo hard came from. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Nintendo games were difficult. You didn't really have an instruction manual. You didn't have the internet to tell you how to play.
No.
And sometimes those games were so frustrating, you would just be like, wow, I'm really glad that I rented this from Blockbuster
That's true.
because I don't think I'm going to hang on to this for 3 days. This is going back to the store tomorrow because this is a stupid game. I hate this.
Mm.
But that's just that's how it was. It's how we lived, you know? We played
World,
games that were difficult.
yeah, World 2 is long and it's difficult, but it's nothing compared to the original Ninja Gaiden, which is kind of what that level seems to be based on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I get the difficulty complaints because it's not a Nintendo game, but at the same time, it gets better the more you play it too. It's really not that bad once you've gone through it a couple times, but I can understand it. It's long. It's a lot more difficult than the first one was. So I don't think that the complaints are completely out of whack, but I think that people seem to take more time with it.
Mm.
But I don't know. That's just how I feel. So.
Like I said, I do feel that you're kind of tossed in. There's secrets. Maybe you find them, maybe you don't, and that's just kind of how things were when we played games back, you know, in the late '80s when the NES first came out, and that's just kind of, you know, how it was. Unless you were one of those people that sprung for a Game Genie, you know,
Oh
got
my
your
gosh.
big old Game Genie textbook for your 30. You know, if it wasn't a Konami game and didn't have a Konami code to get you 30 lives, you had to look through your Game Genie book to see if they had codes for it.
Hey lag.
Yeah.
Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA select, start.
Yeah, 2 players.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, I know. I wish, you know, I mean, and I get that that's not the way players are now. They're used to uh, tutorial levels
Yeah.
and things being kind of spoon fed to them. But that's kind of what Josh Foreman, the dev of the Super Adventure Box, said World 1 was. Granted, it was spread out over a lengthy period of time, but World 1 was supposed to be your introduction to the Super Adventure Box. Teach you the simple mechanics and take it easy on you. And then it's like time to ramp it up. And, you know, screw you if you die, because this is a Nintendo game. You're going to die. You know? And I mean, that not many, if any, Nintendo games gave you that easy intro. You know, you didn't really have like that. Here, we're gonna hold your hand and it'll be nice and easy, and then all of a sudden, you know, this is super difficult. It was usually just it's difficult the whole way or it's easy the whole way. You know,
It
you've
usually
got
went you're going on a rough adventure. Here, take this.
yep.
Yeah.
And then it's like Perfect example. Legend of Zelda, or original Nintendo. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this, and then it's like, what? The game doesn't scroll one way?
Yeah.
Like, I can walk anywhere?
Yeah.
What do I do? Like, it's
I'm in
up
the
to you to
grass.
figure.
I
Yeah,
can
it's
cut
up to
it.
you to figure out if there's a dungeon,
Yeah.
where the dungeon is, what you need to get. I gotta go figure out, do I need to buy bombs? Well, I guess they help me out in the dungeon. You know what I mean? It's like, it was totally on you. There was no strategy guide, or there might have been eventually. You could call Nintendo's hotline for $2 a minute to have some person on the phone tell you
Wow.
where you were needed, have you describe to them, again, $2 a minute, where you were in the game till they understood it, and then tell you what the next step was.
Yeah. Some people in the chat have mentioned that Josh Foreman basically said, like, he admitted that he kind of did too much with the recent Super Adventure Box, and I kind of get that. Like I said, I think a lot of people's complaints are pretty legitimate as far as the difficulty and especially the length. Those levels are really long, and when you do them on Tribulation mode, you're in there for like 6 or 7 hours, and if you leave, you have to start over at the beginning, and that's rough. But like I personally enjoy it quite a bit, but like I said, I can see why people don't like it, and I can't really criticize them for that unless their complaints are just silly. But most of the people that I think don't like it have a pretty good reason. I don't know.
Again, that just makes me think of Dragon Warrior. You guys ever played Dragon Warrior for the original NES? Full-blown, full-scale RPG, no save.
Yeah.
Turn that game off, you start back at the starting town with no gear.
What?
So you play until you either finish the game or your parents say, stop playing that game. And then you're like...
Is that a thing for real?
Yeah, and there's no... Yeah, Dragon Warrior 1. No saves, no passcodes, nothing.
Wow.
Start from the beginning, and then you start over again when you play again.
Yeah, not for me.
But I get that people have... it is reflective of the numbers in the game. I would definitely recommend everybody check out Josh Foreman's post, because he also talks about how he's not going to be interacting with fans as much on the forums, because he was interacting with fans as he would as Josh Foreman, not as Josh Foreman, the dev from ArenaNet. And he said he actually has been taken aside and had conversations, taken the class twice about how you are supposed to be able to deal with the fans and the players on the forums, like the proper way to talk to them. And apparently he said, I just can't I'm not good at it. I'm not good at talking to the fans in the corporate way. So rather than have to filter all of my posts through somebody else and have it truly not be what I want to say, I'm just not going to do it, and I'm sorry. And I get that. Like, you don't want to compromise who you are and, have your words be twisted because, it needs to reach some corporate standard. It's unfortunate because he was the most, and I've read a bunch of them, the most real